Hey, if your BD outreach starts with something along the lines of just checking in, you know the hiring manager is already checking out. So if you're finding it difficult to be able to hold somebody's attention, if you're finding it difficult with your outreach messages to be able to get any form of positive responses, start by thinking about what you are creating as a stimulus. There's an equation that comes from biology, a very simple equation that is perfect for sales outreach. And it's simply this: stimulus plus reaction equals outcome. And when you start to look at the outcomes you're generating from your sales outreach, and I don't mind whether that is LinkedIn messages, emails, voice notes, phone calls, if you're unhappy with the outcome and you're starting to question people's reaction to you because they're too quick to fob you off, or you get radio silence, stop dwelling at effect and start to think about cause. Cause is you. Cause is the stimulus. Change the stimulus, change the reaction, change the outcome. You know, I hear people on the phone, and they pick up the phone and they say, it's just a quick call, wanted to introduce myself. Stop it, people. As stimuli go, it isn't particularly inspiring, right? It doesn't make the other person feel like, I am so significant that you chose me. It makes it feel like the person who is making the call is going to do 100 of these calls. Just quick, only. And I know there are people out there who recommend saying those things. Well, I am the opposite. Remove them. They add no value. I call them the weasel words of the introduction. And then if you think about the email that somebody sends, and they begin with, "Hi, Jeremy." Right? Nice start. Good. Personalization. "Hi, Jeremy." And then they continue with, "I hope you're well." Now let's pause for a moment. Imagine receiving that from a domain that you don't recognize and an individual you don't know. That is Strangerville. Why is a stranger beginning a message to me inquiring about my health? I know it's because they're a salesperson, and that is the tactic of a salesperson who is using a weapon to try and influence me, which is called likability. Unfortunately, people, it is more likely to do the opposite. So as much as I admire your genuine interest in somebody else's health, please don't inquire about how they are today when you've never even entertained a conversation with them and they've never replied to a message from you. Just get on with it. And you know, when people do get on with it, they still go down the wrong avenue because they begin by talking about themselves. I'm writing an email to you today so I can introduce myself as a specialist recruiter. You know they know that you are writing to them, right? You don't need to tell them what they are currently experiencing to go, this thing that you're doing now, it's called reading, and you are reading something that I chose to write to you. And in terms of format, just in case there's confusion, the media that I'm using, it is called email. You think about the real estate that we've already lost. We've chosen to begin with something that is probably the most obvious and boring beginning to any sales message ever. Yet it is probably one of the most common. And because of its commonality, because of the commonality of "I hope you're well," because of the "I'm writing the email to you today because," it then infects all of the LLMs. So every time you say, "write me a sales email," it goes and gets you the net average of vanilla-y dull and says, "here you go." Because no one's going to argue with something that looks like 90% of emails that already go out. So if you want to create a better, more impactful beginning, whether you are using the telephone, whether you are typing an email, whether you are leaving a voice note, get to the point. And getting to the point is showing them why you chose them, not trying to get them to understand why they should pick you. And when you start to show people that you understand what it is like to be them, it feels engaging, because there are three gifts we can give to people whenever we are doing our outreach work that ultimately encourages people to reply. And these three gifts are super simple. You could write these three gifts down on a post-it note and stick it to your monitor. You could even, if you were so inclined, having decided that a professional recruitment career is the life for you, have them tattooed here on your forearm so you never forget. Because they're so important. With every piece of outreach that we do that is designed to engage with a stranger, we want to achieve one of these three things as a minimum. In reality, we should be working to achieve them all. Number one, help someone to feel significant. You've chosen them. They're not one of many. You're not looking for somebody like them. It's them. So you show them, this is why I chose you. Second is understanding. People want to feel understood. Show them your empathy to deliver to them your perception of the challenges or goals or the mission that they're currently on. And then third, people crave safety. Make them feel safe. It's okay to reply. Make it little asks, not big asks. We go out there telling strangers, hey, it would be great to grab a coffee. Let's get 20 minutes in the calendar. And they get 20 of those. That's 400 minutes of requests for time. That starts to make them feel vulnerable. Why do we need 20 more minutes? I don't know why someone picked 20 minutes. Why don't we just make it easy to reply and say yes? Why don't we create an environment where we begin an interaction with what feels like a micro commitment? So whether we are sending the voice note or writing the email or we are picking up the phone, let's start to help people to feel chosen, significant. The spotlight is on them with positive reasons. Let's help people to feel understood. We get what it is like to be them doing that job in that organization with these kind of conditions that might create these types of challenges. And let's start to show them that it is safe to reply and it's okay. And let's not overdo things and overreach and over ask, because it will reduce the number of people who choose to join in. And the art of selling is getting more people to join in with the conversations that will help them to be able to make better decisions. Sales is a force for good, people. Recruitment is a force for good, not a necessary evil. It's down to us as to how we position it so that we start to get our outreach right. Because remember what I said at the beginning. It's so true. If you're simply rocking up to say just checking in, then somebody else is already checking out. Because no one needs that little check-in moment. No one needs that quick conversation. No one is looking to have an engaging moment with somebody called Just Jeremy. Be proud of what you do. Bring value to the table. Hey, thank you for watching. If you want to continue to get access to more high quality training and coaching ideas to help you to stay inspired as a recruiter, make sure that you like, make sure that you subscribe, and check out the description below for relevant links to tools, frameworks, and other ideas to keep you moving forward. And I look forward to seeing you on another one very soon.